Okay, we're gonna give this a try. We're gonna give this a try again. I think there's something wrong with my phone. I need to get, um, I don't know what was going on. Anyway, Tuesday, how are you guys doing? It's been pretty amazing here at work. Work for me, yesterday was really stressful. Like typically I feel like I can handle anything, but yesterday was just a lot. And I had to kind of listen to myself. You know how I always say you can't give out of an empty cup? Like I had to listen to myself yesterday. Dr. Yabo, hey. So, we need to set boundaries. And I'm saying we, but I really need to say I need to set boundaries. In as much as I talk about it all the time and how we have to set boundaries and maintain our space, it's not unusual. It's not something out of the ordinary where I overextend myself. And I think yesterday I did that at work. It's almost like you want to take care of everybody. You want to take care of every patient. And you have to kind of set the boundary at some point and say, hey, I understand that, but I'm one person and I can only do so much. And yesterday I didn't do that. And I could tell, like there's really no point like overextending yourself. When you do that, then you don't show up at your best self, right? So the person you've overextended for, it's not really a great experience. So yesterday, that was my day. That was my challenge yesterday. Was the Super Bowl on Sunday. I think we stayed up too late. And we have to bear responsibility for every action, because for every action we take, there is a counter action. There's something else that's going to happen. And I'm learning that every day, y'all. I know you guys are, but I am too. So, Sunday night, it was Super Bowl. And I let my son talk me into staying up a little later, which means I was a little more tired on Monday. And yesterday I had just, the weather was really cold here in Georgia. And what happens when you have cold weather is teeth hurt. Like, it's a good problem to have, right? When like there's like a line of patients out there. Good morning, hello. So teeth hurt and patients are coming in and they're staring at you like you've got to help me. But there was only one of me and I didn't want to turn them away. Me, so I'm like, okay, yeah, we'll see them. And so what happened is I ended up kind of just working. And when I looked at it, it was like literally it was 12:49 p.m. And I hadn't taken a break. I'd been on my feet all day. I was really tired and there were still a lot of patients. So I kind of got in a little like not so good mood. So at that point here's what I'm saying. A lot of times we overextend ourselves because we want to help other people. But when we overextend ourselves, we don't allow ourselves to show up the best. The best us doesn't show up. And so if it's in our business or whatever it is, we overextend ourselves, we show up subpar, and we don't end up having a quality relationship at that time. Dr. Sasson, how are you? So that was a lesson for me, in as much as we want to help the world, and we all do, we still need to set the boundary, right? Because it doesn't matter. Like I always say, I want to help all the patients, but to be honest, like I'm not the only, I have to take care of me first, because if I go down and I'm tired, I'm exhausted, I can't help them. And now there's more people. Anyway, that's kind of my rant. That wasn't why I came on today, but that's a nugget for somebody. Like, we all want to help the world, but help you first. So that was my thing. Yesterday, I just was not it was a very challenging day. I came out of it. Today was much better. It was more mellow. And while I was sitting at my desk and just didn't have much to do, boundaries all the way. Yes, Dr. Yao, I know you tell me that all the time. I was kind of reading, kind of like going in Google, and I read this article that talked about how the seasonal affective disorder is worse than Valentine's Day. Wow. So, of course, you know me, I'm all throughout the day, I'm trying to really figure out why it is, which is not that hard. These are seasonal affective disorders, or disorders that they call them the winter months disorder, because you guys know that the less light we have, the more depression that happens. And so in the winter months, because it's shorter days, longer nights, we do have a lot of people that fall into depression, and the weather is cold, and and then now we have Valentine's Day. And I was trying to figure it out, but it's not hard to figure out, right? We all know that Valentine's Day, which is supposed to be, it's supposed to be a holiday to celebrate love, but we've all taken it to a different level, right? We all have gotten to the point, and I say we as a society, we worship the holiday. I mean, if you have any doubts about that, go to Kroger and go to Publix and go to Walmart right now. Everything's red. And it is great. We should celebrate love, but we should celebrate love every day. So I wanted to kind of come on here and let's talk about how the anxiety of Valentine's Day in the winter months, it's sparking like a mental challenge in our community, and how we should be aware of that, even in terms of what we do every day. So I wanted to kind of come on here and talk about a few things that so I wrote down a few things I wanted us to discuss. So please ask me questions. The first thing is you take care of you. I did put a post on today, and I said, your husband or your wife or your partner, their job is not to complete you. You're supposed to be 100% and they're supposed to be 100%, right? They complement you, they don't complete you, which is another conversation. It's a whole conversation we can have about that, because it goes back again to just one of the things that I really believe in, and it's about finding yourself. And a lot of us, the issue is everything is so noisy, we don't have time to sit with ourselves, to find ourselves. Or we pay attention to the us from 20 years ago, and we haven't evolved with time. And so even though we're existing based on us from 20 years ago, so we're not living life now. And that is a big issue for most of us, so self-love is a must. Absolutely. It all begins with you. And for self-love starts on the inside. It's got to be you. You can't find anything from outside that's going to make you love you better. It comes from inside, and then it begins to manifest on the outside. So for the married people, you have to find yourself. So I am happy by myself, right? But then when Femi's around, it's great because we complement each other, and he makes me smile, and we're just corny together, and I love him and he loves me, and our family is just, that's it. However, when he's not around doesn't mean I'm going to fall apart. For the single people, when you're looking for, and this is out of my space because I don't know, I've been married for 22 years, y'all. But when you know who you are, when you know who you are and what you need to be loved and to be at peace, then you can find that quality in somebody else, right? If you don't know what you need to thrive, then you can't see someone. You see, I know. You can't see someone. When someone's acting to you, you don't know if what you're receiving from them is what's going to make you thrive, right? So just something there. Anyway, let's go back to my conversation because I'm just going over this actually, you guys need to listen to Dr. Yabo. She's a life coach of your money to your honey, Doc. I should bring you on here because she's so amazing when it comes to this conversation. Maybe I will bring her on, but I wanted to talk about a few things, a few points I had down. You have to take care of you. You're really important. So whether you're single or you're married or you're in a relationship, whether it's February or March or April, you've got to take care of you. Stop letting this commercialized holidays dictate your moods. Okay? It's enough. Valentine's Day is about love, but really commercially, it's about profits. Stop buying into this, oh, he's got to give me this gift and all of that. It's good. If he gets you the gift, that's okay. But don't let the commercial holidays ruin your life. And also ignore the fake, your money to your honey coach. That's Dr. Yabo. Yes. Ignore these fake social media. And there it goes again about knowing who you are. Like, people are going to put stuff on social media. They're going to put their love pictures on social media. It should not be your concern. Like, you should really focus on you. You know, what they're doing in their lives, whatever, it's none of your business. Focus on a better you. Because when you're a better you and you're excelling and you're thriving physically, mentally, emotionally, your business is thriving, guess what? You can buy yourself that gift. Like, don't make Valentine's Day about the gift. You know, buy yourself some flowers if you want to, you know, but just begin to look at it as, I have to be happy before somebody else can make me happy. Don't overspend also. That's another thing. You know, I see a lot of people that have to do the flowers and the chocolate and the big gift and all of that good stuff, which is great. If it comes from a good place, if it's affordable, if that's the way you authentically want to show love to your spouse, then do it. If you're doing it for a picture that you'll put on social media so you can get 100 likes, and then her friend or his friend can say, oh my God, you know, your boo did that. Wrong. Overspending is ridiculous. You know, you don't have to. Typically in my house, my husband and I, commercial holidays, we don't buy a lot of stuff. I say, I want this. So I got a Peloton for Christmas. I said, babe, I want a Peloton bike. Mm-hmm. And we bought it. And then that's it. He wanted something. We bought it. That's just how we act. Because at the end of the day, guess what? We're both going to pay the note. So if we had something we had to put on a credit card, we're both going to pay it. But that comes from our relationship and our values and what we think matter. I'd rather take that money, honestly, and put it on a house or a rental property or whatever. Women spend on things that don't matter. We do, absolutely. So, you know, don't overspend, and don't make your spouse overspend. Like, if you really care for them, you know, buying you a Birkin bag for Valentine's Day, which is okay if he wants to, but don't break the bank trying to do that. Like, you know, it doesn't make any sense. I also wrote here, focus on the better you. Volunteer for people that are just in this funk. And that comes, you know, we see that at Thanksgiving, we see that at Christmas, and we see also this funk, this depression, this anxiety. It comes up at Valentine's Day as well, where people are missing out. You're not missing out anything. You've got your life. So I always say volunteer. Like, it's such a great thing. I know for me, I have doctors come to my practice and I mentor them. There is something about just giving back that makes you feel good. It does give you increased appreciation for your life. I know for me, when I go out and volunteer, sometimes in a shelter, it gives you an appreciation for your life. It's gratitude. I've told you, the one thing we can do this year is to have an attitude of gratitude. It allows you to be able to recount what's going good in your life. And a lot of times when we're recounting what's going good in our lives, we forget the few things, or we begin to understand that the things that are not going good, they're not that very big. We just, you know, it's the things you talk about they get bigger. And when we're busy around people that all they talk about is superficial stuff, that's all that's in our minds, and it gets bigger. And that's why your growth circle, super important. Like, who are you spending the most time with? What are they challenging your minds with? If you're spending time with people who are all about the business, who are all about multiple streams of income, who are all about being the best in their field, there is no way you're not going to elevate. And that should be our goal this year, is to constantly elevate. But if you're around people that talk about things that don't matter, you know, just kind of low down there, if you were elevated, I promise you'll find yourself start dropping. So check your circle, see who's around you, okay? Surround yourself with good friends. It's so important. Like, even if you don't have a Valentine, first of all, you should be your own Valentine, right? You should love yourself first. Even if you don't have someone taking you somewhere, which, you know, with social distancing and all of that, there's not much place to go. Like cook yourself a good dinner, you know, watch a movie at home, which is what we're going to do. You know, find some good friends and surround yourself with good friends. It's very important that the circle, we're only as strong as our circle, the people we surround ourselves with. And then when you volunteer also, you'll get to develop new relationships. I'm not a relationship coach. I would send you to Dr. Yabo. If she's on here, I'm actually going to bring her on. Dr. Yabo, you want to come on? Because she always has a lot of like nuggets for you guys. But just wanted to come on here because it did hurt my heart when I realized that a lot of people are going through a lot of depression at this time that we don't really need to go through. First of all, we need to just be grateful for life. I think this year should be a year of gratitude, like making it out of 2020. In as much as it has become a cliche, yes, we're out of 2020. But do you know how blessed we are to be out of 2020 alive on this side of the earth? Do you know how blessed we are to be able to communicate with other people and have this platform where we can talk to each other and encourage each other? So it's very important that we put things in right perspective. And if you are dealing with that, you know, just the depression and all of that, and you just can't seem to get out of it, call somebody. DM me. I check my DMs all the time. Call someone get help. Get professional help if you need to. If you need to talk, I'm sure there's a friend. I'm sure there's a number, and I'll try to find it. I do have the number. I'll find it and put it on this post. Just know that you are enough. You know, and Valentine's Day is the 14th, and then the 15th will come. And then we're looking at another holiday. Don't tie your peace of mind and your happiness to a date. It's not worth it. You're way worth more than a day. So anyway, that was all I wanted to come on here for. It was just it really touched my heart, and I was hoping that I would reach out to someone to kind of just give them some tips, like, you know, go out there, take care of yourself, don't overspend, take the focus off of this holiday, because if he doesn't love you before the 14th is not going to make him love you more. And if he loves you before the 14th is not going to make him love you less. How about that? So, by the way, my brain's kind of all over the place today. I am speaking on a dental shadowing program tomorrow on YouTube, and I'll post the link. It's really for college students that are thinking of going into dental school. I'll be talking about what I do now, maybe a little bit about how to get into dental school, what the outlook looks like. You guys know that for me, as a Black female, dentistry, even though it's been a little bit of a challenge, it's been extremely rewarding for me. So if you have children, cousins, nephews, nieces, friends that are thinking of the dental path, I will have the link, I will post it on my page. Have them come join. They'll have a chance to answer questions, which will be amazing for them. And don't forget to subscribe to my newsletter. One came out today, was really amazing. And I just my calendar just dropped and said I have a meeting at 6:30, and I think it is 6:30. So I want to tell you guys I love you. You're enough. Don't let this holiday, don't let it mess you up. Hey, Simi, you need to listen to this. All right, I love y'all. You guys, hey, baby, how are you? I'll call you later, okay? All right, you guys have a good one.